Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and my passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them to get focused, to be consistent, develop a plan, a strategy, so that they can succeed on this e-commerce journey. And if you're a person that needs some help getting organized, getting focused, staying consistent, building a plan, I am here for you. You can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me by going to ecomsellers.com and clicking on freebies and scheduling a free 20-minute coaching session. You can also grab my ecom planner. It was created for sellers by sellers. So you can go to myecomplanner.com right now to grab the digital version of the ecom planner. Is 20% off. And in addition to that, I want to encourage you, if you need some support along the way, need some help, some guidance, you're welcome to join us at Ecom Sellers Academy. It is $17.99 a month, and we have over 200 training videos. We have a live weekly training session, a live weekly Q&A. You get 10 retail arbitrage and online arbitrage leads, and you also get 10 wholesale leads. In addition to that, we have an amazing community of e-commerce sellers, so we invite you to join us at ecomsellersacademy.com. So today's topic, we always pick a topic for the morning. Today's topic happens to be about print on demand. It is one of my favorite topics these days. So it is 9 reasons to start print on demand. So 9 reasons to start your print on demand business. We are live on Clubhouse. We're also live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group, so you can join us there. So let's go ahead and get on with the show. So the first reason you should consider starting a print on demand business is that it is fairly easy to set up. It is. All the other methods of e-commerce, I will tell you, it is, most of them are simple, but I won't say that the work is easy. And I probably should say that it's simple to set up and not easy to set up. But in any case, anything worth doing is not always going to be easy. But it is simple to set up, meaning that the concept or the basics are you have a design. It doesn't always have to be what people visualize as a design, like some graphic art, like amazing multicolored with mountains and I don't know, dogs and cats. Like you don't need to do that level of design. Print on demand can be as basic as just text, very basic. So you need a design of some type, and sometimes it can be as simple as some dots on a page, and you're going to take those designs and you're going to superimpose them onto something. Now, you're going to use different methods to do that, but um, if you work with different vendors and suppliers, you'll be able to upload your file to their site and then superimpose your item on who knows the number of things that you can put it on. But the point is that it is fairly basic. And so it is a simple concept for you to set up. That's the first thing. It's also not, I guess I should have also put down that it doesn't take like hours and hours of your time unless you're doing some intricate, very detailed work. If you're not doing intricate, detailed work, it doesn't take hours of your time to do this. The next one is the low startup cost, low investment. Like there is your cost to get started is so low as compared to any other method of e-commerce. Unless you are always acquiring inventory absolutely free, this is the lowest cost form of getting started in the e-commerce game. Retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, retail arbitrage is going to require an investment of some type to acquire the inventory, even if you're using garage sales. I mean, you're still going to have to spend a little bit of money. Same thing, if you're sourcing from thrift stores, it's going to cost a little bit of money. Even with drop shipping, you're still going to have some money in reserves. And so, there's sites where you can create a free design. There's sites where it's free to upload it. And so you just make sure that you put your listing on a platform. Once you put the listing on a platform, the platform is going to charge you whatever their fee is after the item sells for some of the sites. Sometimes it's before the item sells. But the point is, you could get started without spending any money, literally. So I love that about print on demand. Whereas again, the other e-commerce methods, there's going to be some capital that's going to be exchanged at some point. So love it. And your money is not necessarily, I mean, depending on the platform, it's not tied up for long periods of time. So you can get paid for the work that you do. All right. The next one is low risk. So, with other forms of e-commerce, if you're doing private label, if you have not figured out, exactly what the niche is, what are the keywords that they're looking for, what's the thing that's going to be popular and in demand, you spend some money on inventory, getting it here from wherever, whether it's a U.S. supplier or somewhere outside of the country, and you have to make that financial investment to get it here. And then what if that thing doesn't sell? Then you've got an abundance or a pallet full of those things. Might be frustrating for you. So the great thing about print on demand, you don't even have to deal with ordering a whole bunch of inventory or supply to figure out whether or not this thing is going to sell or not. You can just throw it up, see what happens, test it again, create another design, throw it up, put it on something else. Maybe choose a coffee mug, maybe choose a watch band, maybe choose some leggings. Like, try it out, see what happens. That's the great thing about it. You can run a whole store that way, or you can put listings up on existing marketplaces. So, again, your call on how you want to do this, but it's a great way to get started on this e-commerce game. The next one is requires no design expertise. Like, I think all of us have the ability to put a dot on a piece of paper or a line or a square. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, I'm sorry, I'm dating myself at this point. I think the game is called Pong, which is two lines and a ball. A line on the left side, a line on the right side, and a ball that bounces between the two. It's like playing tennis, but it's online, and it's probably one of the first games that ever came out. And I remember playing it when I was younger. But in any case, that was when computers were really thick and heavy. But anyway, it requires no design expertise. You can draw a line, or you can use a keyboard to create a line. You can draw a circle, or you can use a keyboard to create a circle. So it's not that complex. And that's great about print on demand. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. I mean, I was just thinking about today when I saw a design where they were like high and low, and it was a curved line. And so the curved line, it starts off towards the bottom, and the line is going down like a mountain, like a hill, and going up like a hill. And so at the bottom, the word low was right above it. And at the top, the word high was above that. I'm like, okay, that's not that complex. That's not terribly hard to do. You could create a design with a triangle and a circle and a square. It's like, it's not that hard to do. Throw some words on there and you're done. So you do want to, there's going to be some level of research that I would encourage you to do. But if you just want to design some stuff and see what happens, you don't have to be an expert. You're not drawing an intricate picture of a tiger and getting or a zebra and getting all the lines and the colors and the variations. And yeah, I'm not doing all that. I'm doing something simple, something basic. So requires no design expertise. If you think you need to be a graphic artist, you do not. Now, do you want to create stuff where there's a lot of color and design? If you want to, you can do that, but you don't have to start the business that way. And there's all kinds of platforms where you can source more intricate stuff. But do some of the basics, nothing complex. I'm sure there's a quote that you probably have, or that your family probably says all the time. You're like, put it on a t-shirt. It's easy. It's easy to scale. So again, with the inventory situation, you don't have to have a lot of inventory. You don't have to spend a lot of money on inventory. You don't have to have a warehouse full of stuff. So you can always try new stuff. You can throw 5 designs in one day, 10 designs in one day. Try something new. It is easy to scale and it doesn't cost you any money. The next one is it requires no inventory. Oh my gosh. So I personally have a storage unit of inventory. I have inventory in my garage, inventory in my house. And, I love what I do. I love creating bundles. I love sourcing, finding good deals. I love selling products that are in demand. But at some point, I'm like, okay, I don't want to touch this inventory. Outsource it to or send it to a prep center, a fulfillment center, that kind of stuff. Make sure that they put the bundles together correctly. So, I'm going to have to make time investment and a financial investment in doing all of that so I don't have to touch the inventory. And if I continue to sell, products that I have to touch, I'm still going to have to receive those items in from wherever my supplier is and then package those up and send them out to a fulfillment center. Like there's always going to be a need to touch inventory. Well, print on demand doesn't require you to touch any of the inventory. Now, do you want to order samples of some of the stuff that you might create or design? Maybe one or two samples just so you can see how it came out. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Was the lettering right? Blah, blah, blah. That kind of stuff. But for the most part, you're not housing, storing, shipping inventory. Love it. Love it. So that is a great reason to do print on demand because you don't have to touch anything. You don't have to package anything up. You don't have to ship anything to anybody, fulfillment center or not. You can quickly create products. It doesn't take a lot of time to create a product. It doesn't take you a lot of time. So I love that about print on demand. It doesn't take you a lot of time to create the products. Um, Again, I mentioned the game Palm, which is two lines and a dot, a circle. It's not a lot of time to have to create that. Triangles, not a lot of time. Circles, squares. Again, there's a lot of great platforms. There's that you can create a free account to get started and just design some stuff on the fly and see what happens. Um, Order fulfillment. So for some people, depending on how they're running their print on demand business, like if you have a print on demand business where you are bundling it with something else, then you may have to touch the inventory, and that's a choice. If you or you can send it to a fulfillment center, it's still a choice. If you don't ever want to touch it, you don't have to touch any inventory whatsoever. But the great thing about it is a lot of the platforms in which you potentially integrate with or that you work with, they have the option to integrate and set up automatic order fulfillment. Now, if you choose not to, like if you're going to connect it to a Shopify store, there's automatic order fulfillment uh, functionality that's available. But if you decide, I want to just submit the orders as they come in, that's fine. You can still set up notifications. You can, some of them you'll actually list it on their platform. So when somebody clicks on the main place where you listed, it'll actually send it back to there, and then the order can be fulfilled automatically that way. But there's just so many different ways in which to do this. And so if you don't want to touch the inventory, you don't have to. And if you want to use some of the automated order fulfillment integrations that are out there, you have the opportunity to do that, thereby saving you more time. And all you have to do is just check it once a day. That is truly the laptop lifestyle. Like seriously, big time. Throwing print on demand designs out there, setting up the integrations, and then checking from your phone while you're sitting on, I don't know, the beaches of Maui drinking a Mai Tai. You can check your phone to make sure the orders went out. Okay. Set up automated integration for customer follow-up, set up all kinds of cool automated integration. The other thing, I didn't even write this down, probably should be 10 reasons, is that you could hire VAs to run your entire business. Your entire print on demand business can be run using VAs. Okay? I'm just saying. The ability to customize. You can take a design, let's say we're going to start with a design and it's going to be on a white shirt with two black lines and a circle. Then you could get a black t-shirt with two white lines and a white circle. So you can customize the same thing over and over again, repurposing designs for different things. I love it. Love it. So that's a great opportunity for you to create to your heart's content, create variations of different things. It is such a great business to get started. So I do want to invite you all. We are hosting the Summer of Print on Demand Challenge. We're creating over 60 days, 2 months, the month of June and July. We are spending time creating print on demand designs every single day. Every single day, we're working in the business. Every single day, we're meeting for 30 minutes so that way we can work on growing, scaling our print on demand business, getting better at this print on demand game. So, if you want to get started, if you want some help with the platforms that you can create designs on, the platforms in which you can list on, the platforms that will allow you to do automated integration, I invite you to join the Print on Demand Challenge. You can go to ecomsellersmastery.com and click on Print on Demand Challenge. Again, ecomsellersmastery.com, click on Print on Demand Challenge, and you can join us on this journey. It is an amazing journey. So, with that, I want to encourage you, consider that. Get your kids involved. Give them something to do. We are halfway through the month of June, so give them something to do. For the rest of June and July, you can always catch up on all the videos, the training videos. They are in your back office, giving you the opportunity to stay caught up on what's happening in the Print on Demand Challenge, or to do it at your own pace. Let's say you got stuff going on this summer. You can come back and do that Print on Demand Challenge later on. The thing is, the objective, the goal is to create a sustainable business that you can continue to run when school is back in session or the rest of the year. Something that you can maintain. We are taking it step by step, piece by piece, every single day, incremental activity every day, so that you can grow and scale a print on demand business. You can launch, grow, and scale a print on demand business. We're keeping it straightforward and as simplistic as possible. So go sign up for the Print on Demand Challenge at ecomsellersmastery.com. And with that, we are going to go ahead and get started on our daily e-com planning checklist. So you can go into the e-commerce planning Facebook group. You can download the daily checklist. You can download the weekly checklist, and you can download the monthly checklist. So if you go to the e-commerce planning Facebook group, go to the files section, you can download the daily checklist. And that will give you the opportunity to go ahead and start working on maybe creating a routine, creating a habit, building a habit that's going to actually benefit you long term. One of the things that I do see all the time is that most e-commerce sellers that have a lot of stuff going on, including myself, we struggle to make sure that we have the time to do the business every single day. And so sometimes creating the business as though it were a job, creating the business as though you were clocking in and clocking out, can help you to make sure that you use that dedicated time. So as part of the daily e-com planning session, we talk about different things to help you to stay consistent, to stay motivated, to create routines that are sustainable. Because at the end of the day, if it's not sustainable, you will quit it. If going to a 9 to 5, the reason that is sustainable is because you're motivated by getting a paycheck at the end of the week, the end of the 2 weeks, or the end of the month. You're motivated by that. That's why you continue to do it. Or you have an extreme passion for your job and you love it. But if you don't love your job, then you're motivated by the fact that you're going to get a check. So you figure out how to make that job thing work, and you go day in and day out. And it is what it is. And so the same thing with your print on demand, either your print on demand business or your e-commerce business, whichever one you decide to do. You have to make sure that you're making time for something that you want to grow. If you want it to grow, if you want it to flourish, if you want it to develop and blossom, you have to invest time in it. You have to feed it. Just like the farmer plants in the field, he works the soil. He makes sure that he is, taking care of whatever he is putting out. He's working the soil, watering, checking on it. And that's the same thing about your e-commerce business. You have to invest some time in making sure that you're doing the things that are going to help you to be able to be successful and to sustain it. So you get the end result. You grow some crops. So go download the daily e-com planning checklist. It will help you to stay motivated, stay focused on the things you need to do every single day in your business. So the first thing we're going to start off with is the stuff you do the night before. You do have 4 things that we recommend you do the night before, and there are 5 things that we recommend that you do the day of. This list is universal. Doesn't matter what method of e-commerce you're doing, whether you're doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, drop shipping, print on demand, private label, white label, you name it. It doesn't matter. Wholesale, it doesn't matter. These action steps are universal. Some of them you will do more of, and some of them you will do less of, depending on your method of e-commerce, and possibly depending on which platform you sell on. But the point is these are the basics. In order to sell products online, you have to have a listing, no matter what. Doesn't matter. Your own store or a marketplace platform. You gotta have you gotta have a platform to sell. You gotta have listings. So here's the list. The four things that you're going to do the night before is we encourage you to review your day. If you're just starting, then you probably have nothing to review. But if you have been on this journey for a little bit, we always say at the end of the day, assess how the day went, review it. There's always a lesson to be learned in the day. And hopefully, the lesson to be learned will be enough that will allow you to help you to be able to build a better schedule in the future, or a better plan, or a better checklist in the future. So, how did the day go? Were you able to follow the schedule? Did you get things done? Did you not get things done? What did you complete? What did you not complete? What do you need to carry over to tomorrow? Okay. So spend just a couple of minutes assessing the day. Then next is to go through your daily stats. You should always know where you stand. Some people do their daily stats in the morning from the night before. Some of them do. I encourage you to do it the night uh, before you go to bed, so you always know where you stand. You can decide. I mean, it depends on the emotional state of your stats. You may want to do it in the morning so you can get a good night's sleep. But the point is, you need to review your stats. Okay. How many listings did you create? How many items did you sell? How many listings did you rework? How many shipments did you fulfill? Orders did you fulfill? If you're going out, what was your mileage for the day? What were your sales? What was your profit? Like, there's a bunch of stuff that's inside the My Ecom Planner. Then review your online calendar. What do you have planned for tomorrow? Tomorrow should not be a surprise to you. You should not be reacting to tomorrow. You should already know what's going to happen tomorrow. So what's on the agenda? Go look at your online calendars, look at your personal, look at your work, look at your business, so that you can prepare to make any necessary adjustments before you rebuild your schedule for tomorrow. And then last but not least, build a schedule for tomorrow. Always know what you're going to be working on, where you're going to be spending time, what's the first thing that you're going to be doing when you first get up, and what's the thing you're going to be doing last before you go to bed. So work on your schedule or your plan for tomorrow. Make sure that you're putting together a schedule and a plan, or a checklist, if you like checklists better, that is actually going to include all aspects of your life. And the reason I say that is because sometimes we get busy and we put together a plan for our business, but then our personal life bleeds into our time that we're supposed to be committing to our business. And so we're trying to manage the day, and we can't seem to gain any traction. And so if you incorporate as much in your schedule that includes your personal life, because God blesses us with 24 hours in a day. Of those 24 hours, you might be working, or you might be awake, anywhere from 18 to 16 of those hours. And so what are you doing with those 18 to 16? You're not working your business the entire 18 to 16. You're getting up, you may be going to go work out, you're maybe, dropping the kids off at summer camp. You're doing different things, stopping by the grocery store, going to the post office, all these other things, running errands, going to a doctor's appointment. And then maybe you're working in your business anywhere from 2 to 5 hours. Of that, 16 to 18. So building a schedule that incorporates all of your life, so that if something were to happen, you're like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing next? And what are the priorities for this day? What's the main thing if everything goes wrong? If I get a flat tire, what am I supposed to do? Or your car stops. What am I supposed to do for this day? So make sure that you create a schedule that is inclusive of everything that is happening in your world. Now, tomorrow morning, today, right now, we're going to go through the 5 things that you should be doing. One, we're going to reassess yesterday. The reason we're going to reassess it, because sometimes when we review things at the end of the day, we're tired, we're exhausted, emotionally and physically. It's been a draining day. And so you kind of go to sleep and hit the reset button so you have a fresh set of eyes on yesterday. We're going to review it so that in the future we build a better Thursday schedule. That's why we re-review it. And we determine if there's any lessons learned, things that we picked up on, or did we have any holes in the day? Were there things that we actually did that we didn't even note or document? So put that on the schedule so you can create an inclusive schedule and come back and learn from it in the future or build a better schedule. Number 2, we're going to review the weekly priorities and the weekly habits. What are those weekly priorities or habits? What was the priority for this week, and did we get them all done? So those are established in your monthly planning session, but what was the priority for this week? And what are the habits that we're working to build this week, and have we been following them? If we haven't, probably want to go look at that. So the priorities, we are in the second full week of June. That means we only got 2 more weeks, and then this quarter is over. We don't even really have 2 more weeks. We have 1 week and 5 days until this quarter is over. So that means you got to finish quarter 2 strong. That's what we got to do, because quarter 3 is 1 week and 5 days away. Well, yeah, Saturday and Sunday, but yeah, that's where you are. So it's a wake up call if you're not paying attention. We're about to go into Q3. The next thing is we're going to glance at our monthly plan, our monthly checklist. We had some monthly goals. Where are we on this journey? Hopefully we're almost done. We need to go look at those monthly plans and just see where we stand on that monthly plan. Number 4, we're going to review or rewrite our schedule that we wrote last night. We're going to review it. We're going to make sure we've identified the one main thing. We're going to add things to the schedule that maybe had to be carried over from Thursday. Remember, this is the end of the business week, so it's Friday. What are the things that can only be done Monday through Friday that we need to make sure get done today? All right. So go through that, identify the main thing, incorporate the rest of your life so that way you can have a schedule that hopefully you can maintain and sustain. You can actually do it versus, oh, we got a surprise. I forgot. We got to go pick up the kids. Oh, we forgot. We got to go by the post office. Oh, we forgot. Grandma's coming in from out of town. Like all those little surprises. Okay. I encourage you, once you kind of review your schedule, if you need to rewrite it. I encourage you to speak it out loud. So we're going to speak it into existence so that way we can step into the schedule like we're putting on a pair of overalls and walk through the entire day. That's the goal. And just think about that. The night before, your subconscious mind, as you read it or created it the night before, your subconscious mind was thinking about it as you went to sleep, whether you pay attention to that or not. So you're basically doing the handoff in the morning to the subconscious, from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind, saying, hey, here you go. Here's your list of things to do today. It's time for you to get started. You're up at bat. You're next. You get the baton. Let's go. And then step 5 is to write down tomorrow's schedule. So tomorrow is Saturday. I would encourage you to write down the Saturday and Sunday schedule so that way you kind of have an idea of what your objective and your goals are for the weekend. The other thing is I would also encourage you to go through the process of figuring out or planning for upcoming events. It's the summertime. You probably got some summer vacations coming up. If you're not already on vacation, you probably have, depending on when you got out of school, you may have to drop off your kids at summer camp or pick the kids up from summer camp, or maybe grandma's coming to visit. These are all things that could somehow interrupt your routine, impact your plan, your daily schedule. So I encourage you to think about those things in advance and make adjustments to your daily schedule based on those things. They should not be a surprise. You should not be reacting to them. If they are known things, plan for them. If you're going on vacation next week, you should probably go get the tires checked and the oil changed today because you don't have time to do it tomorrow. Or if you're going in 2 weeks, I would definitely encourage you to do it today because next week is probably going to be busy with going to go find the luggage and packing everything. Okay? So that's what I would encourage you to do. So go through that, make some adjustments, make some plans, update your schedule so that way it's something that you can sustain, something that you can follow, and prepare for those interruptions or disruptions that are potentially going to impact your ability to stay on track, to stay focused. Definitely do that. So I hope this information is helpful. I hope it's a blessing to you and your business. I encourage you, if you need some help, some support, some guidance on this journey to building a schedule that you feel like you can maintain and sustain, you can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me by going to ecomsellers.com, clicking on freebies, and scheduling your free 20-minute coaching session. I also invite you to join eCom Sellers Academy. It is definitely where we care about your success. Your success matters to us. So you can join eCom Sellers Academy. We have live weekly training sessions, and we also have a community of amazing sellers. So join us, and it's $17.99 a month. If you sign up for the lifetime, you get a free eCom planner. So definitely think about the lifetime. And grab the My Ecom Planner. It was created for sellers by sellers, and it's a great way to track your progress every single day. It's a great way to help you to determine whether or not you're staying on track, staying focused, or whether or not you have some opportunities to improve what you're doing. So you can watch your incremental improvements as you flip through the planner to see what is happening and how things are going in your business. So I encourage you to do that. And last but not least, join the Print on Demand Challenge. I mean, seriously, join the Print on Demand Challenge. It is, we're almost 2 weeks in, and this is a great opportunity for you to launch a print on demand business this summer and then continue it into the fall and into Q4. You're going to get better and better every single day, incrementally over time at this print on demand. And just imagine what your business could look like for Q4. Just imagine what you could have learned and then implement it so that you can have an amazing Q4 and get sales. I'm just saying it's an opportunity for you, so don't overlook it. Take advantage of that. So with that, my name is Nicole Whitlock, and this is the Morning Ecom Motivation, our daily ecom planning session. I invite you to come back. We will be meeting tomorrow, so go download the weekly planning session. So we'll be meeting tomorrow morning, and we have the monthly ecom planning session at the end of this month. So the last Sunday of the month. You can go download that as well. Both of those are in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. So my prayer, my wish, my hope for you is that you have an amazingly blessed, extremely focused, and highly productive day. And with that, we're going to say goodbye for now. Bye, y'all.